You're watching the Skateboarding Bros Show. Stories from the pioneers of skateboarding about the history and the fun of the sport we love.
What's that? Oh, the Hall of Fame from my year.
Yeah, so it's the first logo. 2002 was, just a whim. He got everybody together. And that was when he came out with FloridaSkater.com. And that's when we all got back together. We were like, oh my gosh, we were
Wait
in
a
a
minute.
protected
Did they take my Mike Williams steel and put it over there? Is that the same shot? Or is it?
No, that's Bruce Walker there.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Bruce.
That's
Walker.
Bruce.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry,
a
Bruce.
bolster shot.
Yeah.
That was
that's
the
at Carlsbad.
yeah.
That's Bruce
yeah.
Walker in the bowls at Carlsbad.
Well, that's a great logo. Great.
Yeah.
logo.
Well, I heard he's going to be on the California logo pretty soon. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Ah,
This guy.
yeah, that's cool.
So
Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Phil. Larry Monteleone. I don't know if you know him. He's a Florida local. We got to be friends somewhere, somehow, so many decades ago. So I don't remember, but I flew into Fort Lauderdale or Miami. I can't remember. And then Larry met me over there, and then we drove over to Tampa. Like it seemed the easiest way for me to get there because I didn't want to bother anybody picking me up at the airport. So yeah, anyway, Larry's the one who shot the photo on the left with my trophy.
That's great.
it's awesome. It's like you're in prison. You got the fence and the
You're at the spot prison.
Skateboard
Yeah.
criminal.
then one of my most famous shots. I've been paid a lot of money for this.
Did you shoot this ad?
Vivitar 110, baby, coming at you.
This is one of my favorite shots. I mean, that with Alan with the deer in the headlights look in the background, Steve acting like his usual goofy self. And then Rodney, well, his hair had got in his face, but
He's riding for Walker.
He was doing some
Yeah.
freestyle there. He was
and is that
spinning.
Mike Cox there in the white shirt and the
That's
blue?
Kevin Peterson.
Kevin Peterson and
Oh.
Ronnie Brown.
And
and
who's
then
the other guy in
Richard.
the orange shirt?
That's Ronnie Brown, local at the Basin.
And the guy in the far back?
That's Richard and his girlfriend Karen. They worked behind the bar, and it was kind of a bar. There was beer on tap. It was awesome.
Yeah, we were
I
the
know.
first skate
That
park
was-
in the world to have beer on tap.
It was cool.
God, that was great. Oh,
So he
For
was
those skaters
flexing.
over 60.
That was something that the kids in my dorm did, so I did it. And then Kevin went and made a whole team. They had a contest down in Solid Surf down in Lauderdale, and they said it's only a team event. So they came up with shirts with a stick figure with an egg for a body, and they called it Eggmo Skates, and they made him flexing. It's in the Ollie book, but that's how they entered the contest. They entered as a team that was not
Team
even
Egmo. I
yeah, they made
remember
him
that.
shirts with magic markers and said we're on a team. So we drained a couple pools. Alan would call me on his way up to Gainesville and say, and I'd be in the dorms. I don't know how we ever got together. There was no, and they would say, okay, we're going to go rent a pump and we've found a pool in Ocala. We're going to go back and drain it. And
Yeah.
we would do
It
that.
was a very daring era. I don't know
Right.
if there is daring these days. You get shot or something, right?
Yeah, we were 50 feet from 441, with a pump running like crazy. But
I
then,
just noticed I'm wearing a Sims hat there. I just picked up on that.
yeah. It's just weird, when I used to look back on this, I'd look at it and I go, there's Alan and there's Rodney. And then you look at it more, and he's Steven, Sabra, he did all this stuff. And Kevin Peterson was the jokester and crazy man. And then you're in the picture.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that at first when I first saw the photo, I mean, years ago. But Kevin and I, we hung out quite a bit, though. That's why I'm a little surprised that I didn't recognize him, but we didn't. it didn't last too long. I mean, Kevin kind of went his own way, and then I'm hanging out kind of with Alan and Mike and some of that Steve Anderson.
You're watching the Skateboarding Bros Show. Stories from the pioneers of skateboarding about the history and the fun of the sport we love.